Hello? Hello? Let me turn on the music. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I didn't think I'd be this nervous. I wasn't nervous until after I pressed the go live button, and now I'm over here like, welcome in, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you. Welcome, Maya. Welcome, Aya. Denied. Falu and Chris. Thistle. We got fucking Oxy up in here. Welcome, everyone. Even Kaio. Smash Boo. Holy shit, Zest. Why am I part of this? Well, you gotta get to. Did I miss it? We haven't started anything other than I played a quick debut video, which I could play again. I could delay even further and play it again, but not Chris. But welcome in, everyone. I think it's time. Uh, I was grinding on this up until the moment I even switched screens. It feels like, but yes, let's get to it. Let's get started. It's me. As you can see, all fresh and clean. I've got a whole new layout. I've got a brand new PNG model. And I've got some shit to introduce me with. Let's start with, I guess, age. I just put it in random order, but I feel like it's from like least significant to most significant, you know? I'm about 26 in the face if you look at me closely, you know? Looking fresh. There's totally no bias with that gift. Uh my height's 155 centimeters. God, imagine if I was only 55 centimeters. I'd be walking around. I'd actually be a weird little guy, which is what's coming up next. The whole race about me. What's my VTuber race? Well, it'd be weird to drop it now because there'd need to be a whole bunch of explanation piled on top. Tiny font. Thank you, Sylvis. Thank you for the follow. 55 centimeter Smurf. Shush. That's probably how tall my PNG plus model is compared to my full body. We've cut myself off at the hips. Now I'm just 55 centimeters until I can grow powerful enough to get a full body model. But yeah, my race right now, and just consider me a weird little guy. There's some in-depth lore, but if I was just like, oh yeah, I'm X from such and such, you'd be like, well, what the fuck does that mean, you know? And I'm like, well, I'd rather introduce that to you at a grander scale than what I have prepared. Congrats on the debut. Thank you so much. Oh, welcome in, Jace too. Yippee! Let's get to the color. It's not the same color as the font because if it was, you wouldn't be able to read it. It'd be unreadable. I feel like it's barely readable now. But it's the hex code is FD652B. It's the same orange that's on the vest of my PNG tuber. It's that simplified orange compared to the versus the crazy plaid I got going on. Um, and then my Oshi mark. This one, I basically had so much help with because I was like, damn, it'd probably be good to think of an Oshi mark. Like literally last minute while I was preparing, I tweeted that out. I was like, I got no ideas though. And then some people came in clutch. Like Falu was like, oh, let's do an orange, and I'm like, you know what? That's good. I should have orange in there. And then uh bio is like, oh, and there's these two like sun slash moon slash star things, and I was like, well, I really like this one, and like, even though I personally, I thought that the B was an 8, my bad. It does kind of look like an 8, huh? But yeah, I did the Oshi. mark that Falu suggested was specifically like an orange, but I knew for a fact that was taken. And also, when it comes to the fruit orange, I'd rather have a lemon, honestly. If I'm gonna have something that's citrusy, I feel like the orange is a sad middle between like sour and tart, you know? It's the sad middle between the two. I'd eat an orange if it was offered to me, for sure, but out here eating raw lemons, I mean, I love the sting. I love the burn in my mouth. What can I say? There's something wrong with me. But yeah, I could give or take an orange, but I definitely should signify that there's orange in my Oshimark because that's like a big part of my design, you know? Like, I mean, there's a couple orange VTubers out there, but the orange is always kind of subdued. It's like accents. You never see a full on in your face orange VTuber, and I think that's kind of a disservice to the color orange. So, not only did I want to be the color orange, but like I am obsessed with like the whole space aesthetic, stars, and the whole like way the colors blend in galaxies. And I'm like, I'm going to combine the two and I'm going to be something completely different. I'm going to be built different. I'm going to be a sunset galaxy specifically. It's like the galaxy sky, but specifically if it was like during sunset. So all the clarity you'd have at night with the stars and stuff, but like with sunset colors, and I don't know, I love it so much. I think it's just so pretty the way all the colors just blend together. So yeah, that's my motif when it comes to my design, Sunset Galaxy. And when it comes to my Kami Oshi, it's Ichi Kamaya from the hit streaming service Twitch.tv. Sunbursts are so pretty for real. Yeah, for real. I love me a good sunset. Let's go to the next page. Okay. Here's my about. Worry me too. OMG, Chris. I can't believe it. We're so alike. Oh my gosh. Yeah. My about. Let's just get into the wall of text over here. We should be besties. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're being parasocial on my point 5 debut. Everyone point. Point at the parasocial guy. uh, uh let's get Holy Chris! Oh, thank you so much, Chris. What the flip? What the flip? Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's a hype train? Yeah. I take it back. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. OMG. Yippee! Hype train! Hype train, and I'm barely through my debut, too. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Are you guys okay? uh, um, so my interest, this will be like not the main topics of the stream, but will be pretty relevant to stream, like things like gaming, reading, and stuff. I really like gaming. Reading, I don't mind. So things like visual novels, as long as I have like water nearby, I could sit through and read out a visual novel and stuff. Merch collecting, I feel like it'd be fun to just have a stream showing off merch and stuff. That'd be a good hand cam stream, right? And then VTubers in general, I'm a VTuber, and that's stream relevant. There we go. It's all connected. You see? It's all a web. Now let's get into the actual likes. Interests is they're like, it's what I do. It's my hobbies, sort of. But my likes, those are like, oh, favorite color, favorite food, that type of stuff. And obviously the color orange means a lot to me. And it's an embarrassing reason, but it's a reason nonetheless. It's because I was obsessed with Naruto as a kid, like specifically the character Naruto, and I thought it was so underrated, the color orange and how he was an orange main character and how he pulled it off so well. And I was like, you know what? people are so like against the color orange, and I'm just so inspired that there's someone out here racking orange and no one's like, ugh, orange. They're just like, oh, yippee, it's Naruto, you know? So, like, I don't know. I grew up in a time where if you didn't like the basic colors of like red, blue, pink, or stuff like that, even purple and stuff, you had to have a reason for it. You had to validate yourself, you know? Even yellow, especially yellow. I personally am not a yellow person. But I know anyone who's like, my favorite color is yellow, they have to explain themselves because the first thought everyone's like is piss. You like piss? But yeah, the color orange we gotta represent. And then JRPGs. I've been playing a shit ton of JRPGs recently on stream, such as Tales of Berseria and Tales of Grace's F remastered. So those are definitely on the docket. It's taking everything in me not to add another JRPG to the schedule when two is already a lot as it is. Just because of how long they are, but man, I love just sitting down and not only just button mashing, but oftentimes a lot of JRPGs have super deep stories, but like cartoony cartoony art styles like Tales of Grace's F as an example, what we're playing currently. It's the story actually handles a lot of deep stuff. The written lore is super deep, but they just look like little guys. They just look like little guys. So yeah, my favorite is JRPG series. Obviously, is Tales of, and Tales of the Abyss is my favorite game of all time. I recommend everyone play it if possible, but there's currently no legal way to obtain it without paying a lot of money. But hopefully this year, it's the 25th anniversary year, I think. No, 20th anniversary year because it was 2005, and they recently put in a trademark. They put in a trademark for Tales of the Abyss. It was specifically for some sort of metal thing, but maybe it has to do with like cartridge. Maybe it's like a cartridge sort of situation. I don't know. Maybe I'm being delulu, but it's possible there's a Tales of the Abyss remaster that's going to be announced, and all of the Tales of remasters have been put on the Switch and the PC. So guys, here's hoping. Here's hoping it's my year, okay? Here's hoping 2025 is the year Tales of the Abyss is free of 3DS and PS2 lock. Tales of Mega Collection. Tales of Mega Collection. They released a Tales of Mega Collection and it has all of the like JRPG Maker games on it, like what is it? Fantasia, Destiny 2, all of those ones. That'd be so funny. Okay, enough yapping, enough yapping. I love tea, okay? I'm a big tea guy. I'm such a big tea guy. I have those like big mason jars people usually use for like, well, it's not the pickling size. It's probably half the size of the pickling jars, but it's still a good like 20, 22 ounces. Holds about that much, you know? And what I do is I just fill it up about 4/5 of the way, boil that up, steep that, and then fill the rest with milk. Add a little brown sugar. What kind of tea? Oh, don't get me started. I'm typically a black tea kind of guy. Just because I like it's sweet and desserty, but you know, a green tea's not bad either. But my favorite tea, I think, is it's from the Savannah Tea House in Savannah, Georgia, which I'm nowhere near. But that's where I went to college. But it's a creme brulee blend, and what they do is they blend they steep the tea in a specific, and it's a specific secret blend that they have. It's like a loose leaf, and then they have specifically like this special rock sugar they put in with a fresh cream, and they put that in it, and it's like so yummy. It's not overly sweet either because I don't put a lot of sugar in it, but it tastes super sweet because it's like caramel, not caramel, creme brulee. So there's like a hint of caramel flavor in there, and it's It's so good, but I haven't been able to get it since the last time I was at college, which was 2021. 2021. So, uh, I've been deprived, and I've been settling with this tea called Constant Comment, but I don't know if it's pronounced Bigelow or Bigelow, but that brand Constant Comment. It's like a spiced black tea with like an orange peel sort of flavor. So it's got like a bunch of spices and then orange peel, and it's like I love slurping up tea. It's so good. It's so yummy. It's so flavorful. And then Earl Grey, you can't go wrong with an Earl Grey. And it's funny with Earl Grey too. Like when it comes to black tea, just straight up black tea with no special additives, no special flavors, it across the board it's okay. The bagged tea, there's no significant difference I've noticed in bagged tea when it comes to black tea, just the plain stuff. But when it comes to Earl Grey, I've noticed a difference depending on the brand you get. There's definitely a difference. And I don't mind any of them. They're all pretty good. I don't particularly don't particularly like London fogs because the lavender additive, for some reason, the lavender taste overpowers for me. I tend to taste and smell lavender a lot more than it's meant to be, if that makes sense. Like, say someone has lavender perfume on and you could barely smell it. I get one whiff of it and it's like stuck in my nose. So I tend to avoid lavender. So I typically make it with vanilla instead. Okay, let's get on to the good shit. Fuck the tea. No one gives a shit about tea. Let's talk about BL and GL. We love BL and GL. Everyone, cheer! Cheer for Yowie! Cheer for Yuri! Give it up for it! Give it up! Boys kissing and girls kissing! Yowie! Yuri! And then it's that Elmo gif of him raising his arms and there's fire behind him. But yeah, I have Yowie and Yuri brain rot. So oftentimes in stories, even if it's clear that there's like a romantic pairing between the male and female lead, I'll kind of ignore it for the most part if it doesn't hit me perfectly. Because honestly, the chemistry between the homosexuality, it's often better. And not just because it's like, oh, forbidden love. Yeah, it's more because typically the male and female side characters can often be foils to the lead characters, and they just work together better, you know? It's pretty awesome. I love being delusional and looking into things. That time that they touched fingertips on accident and they didn't even think about it, but I thought about it. Yeah, that's how deep we go. And then a good bop. Always humming and listening and bopping to music, especially during my art streams. Like, listen, when I say good bop too, I mean like Annie song. So let's get it straight. Annie song, they're the bops. Vocaloid, it's the bop. Utao, it's the bop. Utaite, it's the bop. VTuber songs, it's a bop. Are you open to any genre? Yeah, I'm pretty open to most genres. I I have the typical rule I think most people do, where it's like, I mean, I don't hate country. I've bopped to some country songs, but most country, especially the super religious country, just doesn't click with me. You know, um, and I think it's mainly just the message, like, oh, love and praise God, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome that you guys have that sort of music for your religion. I just don't follow it. So it's not as easy to connect with as like most other genres that kind of just talk about life, you know? Uh but yeah, I've heard some good country songs. Speaking of country, Is Beyonce still doing country? I think last I heard she was. Good for her. Expand your portfolio, girly. Expand that repertoire. Video essays. Oh God, I love video essays. I think even up until I pressed live, I was watching a video essay to get me through to help me focus. I just love learning a lot. I think she's trying to do different genres each album. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love when people do stuff like that. I love experimentation and just oh, that's so cool. I need to expand my vocabulary beyond that's just so cool. But how else do you explain someone doing something like that? Like, I'm sure it's been done before by an artist I haven't heard of, but I just think it's cool to see people go beyond the box, you know? Because typically, when you're a music artist, you have a genre or two. Like, you have a genre maybe you start out with, and then maybe you switch a genre, maybe max 3 times you switch a genre or whatever, but doing like a different genre every album so cool. Or when people mix genres, like it's a whole bunch of different genres in one song, that's so awesome. Go beyond plus ultra, all bops, all bops, all bops. Don't even play. I think we listened to it the other day. um Video essays. Yeah, I've really liked learning. Whether it's like a criticism video, like it's critiquing media, or even like uh video other like video essays. Not because I'm like into drama, just because like if someone I watch has something out against them, I just want to be aware, and I always take that stuff with a grain of salt. So it's just I always want all of the information, all of the information. I typically stick to my comfort genres, but I'm open to trying new genres of music. Hell yeah, yeah, that's fair too. I think I do have comfort genres myself as well, but I can find a bop in almost any genre. There's gonna be a hit no matter what genre you're in. Uh, like we've got like death metal's got some super bops. We've got country's got some bops. I was gonna call it electrono. It's techno. Techno has bops. We've all got bops somewhere hidden inside our hearts in every genre. Trace leches. Let's just move on to trace leches. I need to tell you guys about this. It's been a problem actually. The trace leches. Uh, there's specifically like this small serving size of um specifically the serving size of tres leches with strawberry topping and like whipped cream topping that they sell at Walmart. And every time I like go to Walmart, I'm like, ooh, a little treat for myself. Oh, welcome in, Kaizan. Yes, I'm fresh, I'm brand new, and having a little debut. Thank you for the stretch, hydrate, and nice redeem. I'll get those done. I'll stretch. I'm gonna take a fat sip of this tea. Speaking of, I think it's the constant comment. Tres leches, like it's an addiction. I had never had tres leches before until like I think 6 months ago, just because I was worried. I was worried about the texture, like a soggy cake. Does that sound good to you? Not necessarily, but people swear by it. So I had an opportunity to try tres leches. Bruh. There's nothing like it, let me tell you. It's so fucking good. And it's just enough wetness that it's like almost hydrate not hydrating, but eating the cake doesn't necessarily dry out your mouth like a typical cake with just frosting. It's so fucking good. Anytime you guys have a chance to try tres leches, go, run, sprint, fill your mouth with tres leches. Well, the obvious ones, I put like the really obvious ones for last because they tie in to the first half. Like any manga that goes with like JRPGs, BLGL, all that sort of stuff. Gotcha. Sorry. Just sorry. There, you don't want to ask me how many gotchas I have downloaded. Don't worry about it. Just know I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to heal. Uh, and then cute girls and cute boys. Healing is more gotchas. Stop. Me with my Infinity Nikki addiction. Bruh, you go in the game and then you pick pretty clothes and then you run around and shoot things. Isn't that just the ideal? Isn't that the American dream? Like, where else can you experience it at this point? Nikki has it all. But I've been safe. Well, I want to say I'm safe for this banner. But that key on the back is so cute. Like that's the only thing I want from this current banner is the key for the back. So it's not even worth pulling for it, you know? But but it's so cute. Okay. Sorry, I blinked. What gotcha we talking just in general. Oh, well, right now we're talking about Infinity Nikki, but my gotcha addiction spans across many. It spans across several. Oh, I've not tried that. It's pretty good and it's pretty rewarding. It's really generous compared to a lot of other gachas. Uh, they give pretty much a free 10 pull every update, whether it's through a login reward or like you log in for like 7 days and eventually get a total of a 10 pull, or like through maintenance. They give a hefty maintenance reward, and the currency's pretty easy to get, and the pull is it's on the cheaper side too. Yeah, it's so generous. Yeah, like excuse me, but they give so much. They give so much. It's probably a easy free to play game, but I wouldn't know because I spend money on the weekly energy and then the monthly payment that gives certain amount of gems per day. I'm kind of filthy and dirty like that. She's already claimed my wallet. I love hoarding their currency. I feel like a dragon hoarding all the loot. Yeah, for real, especially because the pearl pulls aren't super expensive. Like the amount of reward you get is proportional in terms of gems, like questing and exploring. It's about the same, if not more, compared to Genshin. But the pull rate, like the pull cost, is less than Genshin. Genshin's like 1,600, and Infinity Nikki's 1,200. So it's not only is the barrier to a 10 pull lower, but it's so much easier to collect. It's everywhere. It's abundant. They have the courses, that whole courses thing where every time you do something specific, you get a fat reward, and then after a certain amount of things you then get another reward, and then they have the collection rewards too. Every time you collect a new item, it puts it in the catalog, and after you get like 100 points you get a reward. So there's just so many ways to get currency. It is so abundant in currency. I definitely recommend trying it, but if you are very 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 susceptible to purchases on gacha, Maybe not, because while it is super easy to get currency, it's super hard to resist some of the deals that they have on the paid side. Like some of the outfits you can get with the paid only currency, they're so cute. I absolutely had to get the one that had like the eye patch, sleepwear sort of vibe. It was just too cute. So if you're susceptible to stuff like that, maybe not the game for you, but definitely more free to play friendly than a lot of other gotchas, for sure. And then cute girls, cute boys, that kind of comes with the territories of liking VTubers, huh? If you didn't like cute people, why are you here? We love free to play friendly gotchas. For real. We love to see it. And the devs are receptive because Infinity Nikki used to do this thing when it first launched, the first event, when you got the log in ticket to roll, it was known as a temporary roll. So it would expire after the banner expired for that update. And fans were like, that's not fun. What if I don't want this at all? And Fold was like, you know what, that's a fair point. And we haven't seen the temporary currency since. So yippee! All right, dislikes. It's a much shorter list. Let's just race on through it. I don't like tomato chunks. They've been changing a lot of stuff for the better. They actually listen to the fans. For real, for real. Like, everyone's like, a lot of people like to claim that their fave studio listens to their fans. And there are several examples of it. But this studio listens to their fans. What is considered a chunk? So, a chunk is anything maybe fingernail sized and such. Like when it comes to spaghetti sauce, I put it in a blender. I put it in a blender and make it a puree. But I will eat it in salsa actually. I do not mind tomato chunks in salsa at all. I'll slurp that shit up. I think it's just because the way it's seasoned and it's typically less squishy, I think. I don't know, tomato chunks, they're just really slimy. Or they squish weird. I don't know. It's just it's a weird texture thing with me. I've tried many a time, whether it's like a tomato on a burger or tomato in my burrito. I'll just get to the tomato part and be like, ugh, and have to take it out. Sometimes they just taste like grass too. They just taste like plant matter. Uh, and not like, oh yeah, it's plant matter. Of course it's gonna taste like plant matter. But like, if I were to like put a leaf in my mouth, plant matter. Maybe I've just only ever experienced the worst tomatoes. Does that mean you don't like celery? Yeah, I'm not a celery fan. I do like celery in soup. I love celery in soup because it sucks that flavor up nice and deliciously. It just is full of the soup flavor. But if you just handed me a piece of celery, I probably wouldn't eat it. But if there was a gun to my head, I'd eat it. It's not that bad. Maya, when you say you don't like a vegetable, I just want to talk. Veggies and soup are delicious. Yeah, yeah. Well, to be fair with the tomato chunks, it's not that I dislike tomato chunks, they just have to be presented a specific way. Like, if you. Like, it doesn't have to be ketchup on my burger because ketchup has all the preservatives and sugar in it. But if you took a tomato and pureed it and pretended that was ketchup, I'd eat it. You know? Just don't hand me the slice. It's got all the seeds in it. It's got the slime in it. It's got the leafy taste. No, I get it. I don't like raw onions, so I have some vegetable hate in me. All that's funny because that's what I was getting to. I'm the opposite. When it comes to cooked onions, I appreciate the flavor they add, so I will add cooked onions to the thing, but I typically eat around them. But when it comes to raw onions, I can crunch on those. I'm not the freak to eat a onion like a apple or something, but I really like onions in my salad, and on my burgers because they add a good crunch that the lettuce just doesn't provide, you know? So you don't like caramelized? I love the caramelized flavor. I love the caramelized flavor. But when I eat an onion, it's slimy. I just don't know how else to explain my distaste for tomato chunks and onions other than they're too squishy and slimy. Like broccoli doesn't get super slimy. It gets tender or it gets like I don't want to say crunchy, but it has that little spring to it when you bite into it. Are onion rings too slimy for you? It depends. Sometimes you just get an onion ring and it's just like a super soggy onion ring. It was just made poorly. But I've had some pretty decent onion rings. I've also managed to eat curry with onions in it and not be bothered. So I think my cooked onion hate is I'm learning to get around it, but there's still limits. Broccoli, depending on how old it is, can get slimy, but that's about it. Yeah, yeah. I also like cauliflower a lot too. Like when I was growing up and I was watching shows like Ed, Ed and Eddie and Code Name Kids Next Door and stuff, they always had the episodes that were like, "Oh, we have to eat broccoli. Oh, I hate the broccoli." And I was just sitting here like, man, I fuck with broccoli so hard. Broccoli's so good. Especially if you cook it right. You add a little bit of butter and salt to it. It's so good. But then you can also put it in stir fry and season it a whole bunch. There's so much you can do with broccoli. And cauliflower is like even more plain. So the world's your limit. You just need to know how to season it. And then the texture for it is perfect and you've got a yummy little snack. They're just so good. So, insects. I'm not an insect person. I can appreciate insects from afar. Fresh broccoli is such a banger for real. Surprised you don't think broccoli tastes like grass. Me too. Like I'd think broccoli would taste like grass, but I don't know. It just tastes like broccoli. It just tastes like a friend. I don't know how. Well, maybe I shouldn't say taste like a friend because that implies I am willing to eat people, but don't worry. Fluffy grass for real. I think it's because I don't typically eat raw broccoli. I know my sister really likes raw broccoli, and when you put raw broccoli in ranch, it's really good. But raw broccoli is super grassy for sure. Watercress looks more like a grass looking veggie herb than broccoli. True, true. That's so true. Oh, I should have put other food. When I was doing my likes, all of the food I kept putting was carbs. And I was like, that's so bad. That's so embarrassing. So I cut it down to tres leches. But then you look at my dislikes and there's like 2/5 of it is food. Okay, well, we're moving on to insects. I can appreciate, like I was saying, I can like appreciate what they do. Like the other day when I had the hummingbird feeder out, it turned out the honeybees found it. And so we lost the hummingbirds but gained a swarm of honeybees. Um uh it was I mean, we didn't go out on the porch anymore for a while, but it was kind of cute. I was like, "Oh, look at the honeybees. They think it's a real flower." Isn't that so cute? And then there were so many. Like the first day there were just two or three in each of the little flower-looking sippy parts. But then the next day and there were like 20 to 30 on each opening. And we were like, "Okay. Okay, that's crazy." Like they wanted to know if you like jazz. I really think you know what, that was probably their mission and that's probably why so many more assembled so they could do that thing where they all gather together and write the words out with their bodies. And then they're going to ask me if I liked jazz. And then I'd start suing the American government. Ah, I also I also hate the snow and cold. As someone who grew up in the northeast of America, the New England, come from the New England area where we had all four seasons. Can I just say it's overrated? Four seasons are so overrated. You watch Christmas movies and you see this beautiful, beautiful snow covered Christmas. And it's every time you see snow, it's just beautiful and pristine. But that's only the first hour. The first hour after the snowstorm ends. That's what it looks like. That's it. It never looks like that ever again unless you do not touch it and have no snow plows that come near your area. Other than that, it looks like shit and it feels like shit. You walk outside and your toes are cold and soaked. You walk outside and it's just brown and yellow because the squirrels and the dogs are all peeing everywhere. And then there's salt everywhere. So you have to, like, if you have pets, you have to constantly clean your shoes because otherwise you walk in with a deadly chemical on your shoe and it's terrible, especially if you have animals that like shoes, like my cat. She loves huffing and puffing in my mom's shoe because she's a crackhead and she loved that stank. But I don't know. The negatives do not outweigh the benefits for me, especially because I suffer from arthritis, and arthritis is very temperature based. So, especially when it gets cold out, I'm in so much fucking pain. Can I just say, I'm in so much fucking pain? My knees, my elbows, and my wrists they start burning, even though it's cold out. They start burning and aching, and it's just the worst. It's also so isolating, the cold, the snow, and everything. You're just stuck inside. That's understandable. Arthritis is a bitch. Yeah, and I've had it since I was a kid because I had fucking Lyme disease and it lingered in my body too long, and as a present, it left arthritis. Imagine being 8-year-old me walking around with arthritis. How sad is that? But yeah, I'm not a big snow/cold fan in this house. The gift that keeps on giving, no, for real. And I also had it long enough to the point where it it's like you have to get rid of it within like 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 6 weeks or something. Otherwise, you kind of just permanently have it, and it will either like be dormant after treatment, or you just have to constantly abate the effects. And I had that shit for 8 weeks untreated because my doctor was convinced I had strep throat, even though I had Bell's palsy in half my face. So half my facial nerves weren't working, and well, well, we went to the ER when the facial nerves dropped, but he thought I had strep throat. It was so funny. So I went 8 weeks without treatment. So I've got that dog in me, just waiting, resting. It's asleep. Um, and the last thing with this frowny face, I'm not a fan of lolicon. I don't think it has to be said. I feel like that's a pretty common thing to not like children in sexual positions, but just to preface, we like adults in this chat. and and 1,000-year-old child is not an adult, especially if she you know. So we'll just leave it at that because we don't need to get into it. But we just like adults in this chat. That's all we'll say. My skills. So my skills. Beautiful lukewarm take. I love having lukewarm takes. It's my favorite thing. I love testing the water and be like, yes, absolutely nothing at all. We like adults. We don't like the pain of adults. No, tell me that. For real. Tax season's upon us. Skills. Skills does not include tax season. But my skills include things like digital art. I think that's what I've been doing the longest. But when I went to school, especially community college, my focus was mainly oil painting and acrylic painting. So in community college, I spent 2 whole years with like a special modified sort of degree where I had to like sign some papers and do some shit, and then my degree was no longer like a fine arts degree, it was like a painting degree because my college didn't really offer a painting degree. The only art degree my community college offered was like graphic design and then fine arts. So I did fine arts, but that's actually really helpful because fine arts does stuff like life drawing, and then it teaches you like 3D work, it teaches you like 2D work. It's really worth it. It was fun. Um and yeah, it taught me a lot of stuff, and then I took those credits over to Savannah, and went from acrylic and oil painting to pretty much exclusively digital art, especially when working with comics, because that was my major, sequential art. I didn't add that in there because who give a fuck, but that's just a fun fact. I went to school for comics. uh, Editing. I added editing even though I learned it recently, but I still learned it. I still know how to do stuff. I can put together a video. It has images, audio, and text. So I think that's pretty good. Fun fact, we got an FFF out here. And I like to consider myself a professional tweeter, not because I tweet anything good, but just because I'm always on that thing. You can't catch me not on Twitter. Well, actually, you can, but that's not true. But it's chronic. Let's go, sequential. Let's go. I went to college with that person. Everyone give it up for Oxyalicc. Get up for Oxy. We didn't graduate together actually. I graduated, was it like a semester or two? It was, yeah, a semester before you. But yippee! College grads. And now I don't make comics. I should though. I plan to get back into it. I just need to finish up some of the work I'm doing behind the scenes, and then I'll have time. That's what I've been saying for a year though. um but yeah, my goals are pretty simple, I think. I want to get, it's kind of like in order. I kind of want to first get 100 followers. You need more than that for my next goal, but let's start humble. We can make it to 100 followers, I'm sure. And then Twitch partner. Not because like I see VTubing necessarily as like a job, but I also don't see it as a hobby. I kind of see it as a skill. Uh, because I feel like if I saw it as a hobby, I wouldn't put enough effort into it, because there's a lot of hobbies I have that I just kind of lackadaisically take part in. And that's what I kind of consider a hobby, something you don't put too much effort into, something you don't commit yourself too hard, but you're still interested in doing and have fun doing it. So things like making stuff with clay and stuff, I like doing that fun work. Uh but I wouldn't ever consider it like a skill or anything like that. But I definitely think VTubing is a skill, and it's a skill I want to hone. And part of that would be like getting Twitch partner. I think it would be like this one of these signs of like honing the skill, Not because I want the money. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the money part. And I'm being genuine. This isn't like a hee hee hee. This isn't me being coy. It's not about the money, and more about the symbolism of the goal, the achievement, And then a live 2D model. I've been going back and forth forever on whether or not I want to commission someone or if I want to make it my own because I do have Live 2D and I do have a subscription to it. But then I think about, well, do I want to do it again for another outfit? And I don't know. But I think I might give it a try. I think I might give it a try making my own model and see how that goes. But if that happens, that'll take a long ass time because I'm really slow. But I'm gonna try. I shouldn't. I mean, I not. I didn't try. I didn't give up before trying. I have like 3 different draft models that I kind of gave up on, but fourth time's a charm. uh, and then my biggest goal ever, my main goal, which is part of the reason why I want to be a VTuber, is to do my own thing and tell unique stories and hold unique events utilizing VTubing. And I'm not talking about things like WrestleTuber or things like VTuber Awards. I'm talking like story events. I'm talking like uh what was the play put on by Nichi Sanji? Terasanji? Stuff like Terasanji, but on a different scale. Like one of the biggest, not the biggest, but one of the coolest things I feel could be done in VTubing is storytelling. Um, so things like if a company debuted and their whole motif was something with the gimmick of like Danganronpa, let's say, and the all the VTubers are a group that are trapped in like a musical killing game scenario, and like every 6 months or once a year or whatever, there's this big story event. It'd probably have to be every 6 months because once a year is way too long. Um, but every 6 months at the least, there's this big story event that happens where all the chat takes part in, and they have. It's, I'm sorry. You know when you like your brain starts working so fast that the words stop falling out of your mouth? Just it would be so cool. And then like if your Oshi dies, it's okay. They can still stream. They're not booted. They just get a ghost version model. And then they're a ghost. And the next time there's like a story event or whatever, they like host and narrate they do like companies do with debuts. Like the previous generations will like narrate the event, except this time it's your dead Oshi narrating about their friends Oshis. My brain goes way too fast for my words. Dude, all the time. All the fucking time. But yeah, that's a really big goal of mine. I've been thinking about that specifically for forever. Like VTubers whose concept is a mutual killing game. And of course that means your Oshi possibly killed someone else. Fictionally, in fictional, in Minecraft, Twitch, no flag, no flag. Not them dying, but storytelling potential. No, for real, for real. The lore that would come out, the original songs that could come out of it. Imagine someone making a original song and it's just the lore of their like death behind the scenes that's like released after the trial or whatever, and it's like the actual happenings of like whatever. And if it's so cool. Stuff like that's so cool. I think VTubing has a potential to go just like I know idols have like a solidified place in VTubing, but I do think we could go kind of beyond it. I'm not saying we need to get rid of idols because obviously we all love them. We all love the idols. But I think 99, well, that's too much. Like 70% of VTubers do idol sort of stuff. And I feel like there's just potential to do more. Of course, we can have more idol VTubers, but like Iron Mouse says, VTubing's for everyone. Not, but yeah, we can have different types of VTubers, more variety. Yeah, exactly. There's a place for a lot of different types in this industry, and I want to be one of the people to make it happen. And Wilson doing the whole Terrasanti really gives me a lot of confidence because it shows storytelling and narrative sort of projects are wanted in this sphere, you know? People like lore, people like seeing lore played out in front of them, people like lore content and updating and stuff. It's it's one of the most unique parts about VTubing, you know? Okay, we've been on this page far too long. Let's go. Let's just go to fan info. I've made some tags. Um I've made some tags. A lot of them are probably what you would think of. One of them is probably something you never even considered, and neither did I until a few days ago, and I think it's funny as fuck. So the art tag is photography, you know, like photography, a fawn. You'd think something like that would be taken, you know, but I checked, that's free. It's free real estate, baby. And the meme tag. I was trying to edit a video where it would be the meme this is specifically referencing, but then I dubbed over like the free part with fawn. But no matter what I did using the download software, the editing software I used would not accept the video file, even though it was like an MP4. It was a usual video file that it takes. So I had to scrap that idea. But the meme name, Fawn Shavakadu, which is a reference to Free Shavakadu. Hey, I'm here at Del Taco. They got a new thing called Free Shavakadu. Free Shavakadu. So yeah, the meme tag will be Fawn Shavakadu. I can feel my bones rattling. Oh, Vine. That Vine's probably over 10 years old at this point. Oh, that hit me deep in my core. That Vine's over 10 years old, most likely. Ooh. Why did you have to say that? Because Vine, you know, it died in 2016. It's 2025, and that Vine happened long before Vine died. So it just really puts life into perspective. Okay, moving on. The NSFW tag rapidly starts aging. Everyone immediately has gray hairs. I think it's that fucking Metal Gear gif. I feel like Matt Damon is Saving Private Ryan now. you should, making a Saving Private Ryan reference in 2025. Do you want to know how old that movie is in comparison? Oh, crap. But yeah, NSFW is NS Fawn W. The government name is not Safe Fawn Work. I was trying to find clever names, but I think this is also clever in a way. It doesn't roll off the tongue, NS Fawn W, as well, but I think it's clever enough, and no one's going to be saying that shit out loud. I'm like, this is probably the only time it'll ever be said out loud. You guys are just going to type that stuff in, and when you talk about it to people, it's just going to be through text. You're not going to be verbally to someone else talking about your Oshi's NSFW tag, you know? That's never been a scenario, unless it has. Have you guys done that? I've never done that. Anyway. Untrue, I will say out to you at Off-Kai now. Oh my god, Chris. Maybe I need to refund my Off-Kai ticket. Sorry, Baya. No, I'm kidding. And then I'm kidding, no. That'd be so fucked up. But my live in general tag is Fawnversations. I just no, you're not. Yeah, I promise I'm not. It's a joke. It's a joke. But the live/general tag is Fawnversations. I just stole the C. from conversation and slapped an F on it. It also wasn't taken though. So that's a big win. You'd think it would be taken just from like typo scenario. There wasn't even someone typoing a hashtag like that. It was just free. We love to see it. Chris is indeed a menace. No, he is for real. Let's get let's get into the good shit. I was working on this so close until the end. So close. So we've got a little mascot design. This is just a small thumbnail of it. Let's look at it bright, not bright, big and shiny. So this is basically my idea for like a fan mascot. Fountain pens. It's like a fountain pen, but you're little guys because, I make comics and I love stationery so much, especially pens. Paper's less intriguing to me, but I love pens. I love pencils. I love things to write with, markers, the whole 9 yards. So I was like looking at a pen nib one day and I was like, if you could kind of make the well into a nya face if you just edit it a bit and made it, instead of one hole, two holes next to each other. And I was like, you know what? That's perfect. And then the ink for the hair flowing out, I was like, wow, I'm cooking. And so I cooked a whole bunch. um, because there's a lot you can actually do. Uh, there's a bunch of nib shapes to choose from. Like, you got the ones with the hole at the top like that. I don't know what they're called. I just buy them and use them. But there's a bunch of different shapes. There's teardrop shaped ones, and then there's ones that have wider tops, and then ones that are just long. And that's just your face. And then your favorite color would be your ink, obviously, because the things you like help make up you. So of course you got to make your favorite color your hair. Um, it doesn't necessarily need to be one solid color. I know this is all like mainly one solid color, kind of, especially here. But you could do like dual tones. I just didn't really experiment with it because I thought of it late. But the Cintiq ones look so delightfully silly. Yeah, there's like other possibilities. You could be a paintbrush. You could be an actual pen. The Cintiq pen. Yeah, the world is your oyster. And you can like be as simple as complex as you want with your body. There's different shapes and sizes. Whole bunch of stuff you can do. And also, they're not too complicated of a shape either. They're just kind of like they they flare out with their heads, and then they got long bodies. You just got big heads and long bodies. Could be a pen still in the packaging. You've heard of Chris in a box, get ready for pen in a package. And then for fun, I drew a meme. It's the horse meme, but it's you guys. You know the meme of the horse standing looking at the ocean and it just says man at the bottom? It's it's that, except it's pen. It's, you guys are just standing there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the designs and I had a lot of fun with like the textures of the bodies because you can really put anything as in the body of the pen. Like, it doesn't just have to be a solid color like that. You could put any pattern you want in it. You could get so creative. You can even maybe make it look like clothes. That'd be funny. A pen with a suit. But yeah, this is just what I think you guys should be, because like not only do I like stationery, but fountain pens not only works well for my name, but like font, you know, you writing font, your own unique font because of how you write. There's just layers. I feel like there's a lot of layers that you can look at it from. And I was like, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Puns and layers galore. Absolutely. Exactly. All right. The overlays. You can obviously already see one, the gaming overlay. Well, gaming slash general overlay. It's it's comic pages. It's traditional comic pages and more fountain pen stuff. And I even added the blue pencil, that you use when you're drafting on comics so that when you scan it in the printer, it doesn't see it because you use the don't use the sorry, this is like deep comic lore that I don't even think most comic fans even know, but these like comic pages, they have this blue on it because when you scan it, there's an option in the printer to like not pick up that blue. You can basically ink over it and not have to worry about erasing it because the scanner, when you scan it onto the computer, won't pick it up. But if you plan to just have it traditionally for yourself and not scan it at all, you might want to erase. But yeah, I've got the blue pencil and the paper, and chat box is like a comic panel having a little chat. I don't have any like custom. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. Take a fat sip. I could hear my voice start to crunch. But yeah, I even made like an ink bottle. I think I'm pretty clever. I think I'm pretty clever with this. I don't know about you guys. And then I sit right here like I'm a full page spread. I think I'm pretty fun. And then for the gaming, I used a ruler for the bottom because you use a ruler to keep your line straight when making a panel. And yeah, it's it's not super professional, it's not super pristine, but I think it's really fun and I think it fits me really well. And it definitely has the handmade look to it, but I think that's also charming in a way. Like, yeah, it's not as, I don't know, like glowy and vibrant as a lot of other VTuber stuff. There's not as many details, but I think it's fun and fits me. It's very me, especially because I made it. Chris, thank you for redeeming nice and nice too. Got 69 420. Look at this freak out here. Look at you go. But yeah, I haven't shown off the just chatting one yet. You've mainly been seeing the gaming one, but that's probably where I'll go when it comes to the karaoke portion, which probably isn't too far. Yep, there it is. I wrote fawn instead of Finn. You get it? Chris is unhinged for real. But you get it at like when there's the end of a movie and it just says Finn, but it's Fawn instead. Okay. Hold on. So for karaoke, I only have 4 songs because I can't sing. Um, and I don't think my voice will be able to handle much more because it already gets worn out pretty easy just streaming in general because I'm not used to yapping so much because in my day-to-day life when I'm not streaming, I'm literally just sitting in my chair not talking. I'm not talking. So my yap muscles aren't fully developed. My cheek muscles are astrophizing. Okay, let me get to that screen. Yippee! The just chatting screen. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're in new territory. We've literally never had a just chatting screen. We've only ever just gotten straight into a game. How do you guys feel? Is it weird? I think it's weird. I think it's weird. I've never been on this screen before without something else supplementing me, you know, like a game or a screen share or my art. I feel so vulnerable just being myself. Okay, so first things first is I'm gonna get prepped for the karaoke on my end. And by that, I have to put on the text box for the whatever it's called set list. And then I'll bring the songs up and then I'll silence the background music. One day I'll memorize the layout of where everything is. But okay, there we go. There's the text box. Add source. Add new source. Add source. Text. Not the set list. Speaking of background music, I like that too. Thank you. I literally picked it 5 seconds before I pressed start live. That's partially why it took so long. I was trying to find the perfect BGM that wouldn't be it wouldn't be too much, but it would still be a beat, you know? I didn't want necessarily anything cutesy, but you know, I also didn't want anything annoying or overhyped, you know? So do set list 1, and then first things first, I'm gonna up the font size. Well, maybe not that big. Not that small. It'll sit right there. Having your model on the paper so genius. Thank you. Yeah, I was really thinking real hard because like I think as soon as I came up with the idea of chat being in a panel, I was like, well, I need to take this comic shit to the extreme, especially since it's in my name. I'm going to be the comic. It'll be me. And then the dream is one day to have a speech bubble above my head and then have like a captions plug in that sits on top of the speech bubble. So it looks like the captions are a speech bubble and I'm saying them. I think that'd be really cute. The BGM reminds me of Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, yippee. It's pretty good, yeah. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's right here. It's called Thinking Dance. It's on Dova Syndrome. It was uploaded today. So, if y'all want to check it out, give it a listen. It's good. But okay, enough stalling, I guess. I pretty much have everything set up. I could just hop into it. I really could. But I'm so nervous. I'm not a singer. It's fine. You guys, the title says it. Tone Deaf Karaoke. The schedule said it. Seagull screeching. You guys know what you're in here for. You guys know what's going on. Okay. Let me just quickly adjust the audio. I need to add the audio source as well. Boom, ba-dee, dum, boom. There we go. Make it not record to the VOD, and that should be good. Bring on the seagull screeching. Hopefully, you guys are ready for this one. If you, I'm pretty sure you know it. You might not know it if you're not. Well, that's not true. I think it's prevalent across the world. But I may also just be so full of myself that I think it's culturally relevant across the world. But here we go. Here, let me turn this down a bit so you won't be blasted in the eardrums. And music start. Okay. Thanks thanks for the moments of silence. There was a farmer had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, Bingo, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. There was a farmer that had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, Bingo, Bingo, and Bingo was his name. Oh, why'd they remove the B? They just had. Oh, wait, there was a farmer that had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, well. NGO. Okay, I get how the song. NGO and Bingo was his name. Oh, they're removing letters each time. I didn't realize. I thought it was a typo. There was a farm that had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, G-O. G-O. G-O and Bingo was his name. Oh. There was a farm that had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, Bingo. 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 And Bingo was his name. Oh. Okay. I don't know why it cut off so abruptly. That was such a lame end. I thought it would fade out. Is this symbolic? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That was the first song. Let's add it to the set list. Thank you for the potchies. Thank you for the potchies and the claps and the eights and the hotchies and the all of it. The next song. This specifically I couldn't put in a playlist because it was like a kid song. So I have the other ones in a playlist I'm navigating to because I didn't realize I closed that tab. That's the wrong playlist. There it is. Beautiful playlist. Okay, here's where it's nerve-wracking. Because after I put this up, that means I have to sing an actual song now. I don't have any more gag songs. Oh, okay. Let's just go. Let's hope you know this. If you don't, that'd be weird. Just running. Sorry. I got caught on my tongue. My tongue was so dry that I got caught in mouth and got caught on my tongue. Let me take a big old sip of water. Okay. Let me rewind. And then. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Hey, running right through this maze all night. Looking for something leading me into the light. Oh, a mystery to me, fading old memory. Oh, are you the one? so clear, but you're not near. Can't say that you're a stranger. Do or don't go, stay or follow you into any danger. Give me your sign, out of my eyes seeing you. I'm tossing and turning in my mind. Oh, show me what's the real. You're falling in your shadow, where you gonna take me? I hear your voice on repeat, peep, peep. I'll find it, it's every day. Oh, I can't escape, no. Just get a glimpse and then you're gone like you were never there. I just gotta know it's you, 'cause I can't stop this. Ooh, ooh, getting more distant. Reaching to nothingness. Oh, I don't know how this ends. See you in the night, I turn back and getting more distant. Reaching to nothingness. Oh, I'm so nervous. It's getting distant. This, See you here, see you there, 'cause you know I'm looking everywhere. So we're here looking in the shadows in a limbo. Why a tangible is familiar into I'm underground. Woo! Mirror, mirror, tell me is it good or sinister? Limitless, venomous and limitless, the pain that you're causing. Can I even find you if I do a thing? Whoa, I find reflections, eh? Ooh. Drawn to your melody, a blur, your echo vanishing somewhere far and near in the between. Ooh, following your shadow, where you gonna take me? I hear your voice on repeat, peep, peep. I'll find it, it's every day. Ooh, I can't escape, no. Just get a glimpse and then you're gone like you were never there. I just gotta know it's you, 'cause I can't stop this. Getting more distant, reaching to nothingness. Oh, I don't know how this ends. See you in the night, I turn back and getting more distant, reaching to nothingness. Oh, I don't know how this ends. It's getting distant. This you got me slipping, falling, heading toward the 808. You are the one like me, the one like me, the one like me. Oh, I can't break away from visions I just can't replace. Oh, in this distance. Oh, getting more distant, reaching to nothingness. Oh, I don't know how this ends. See you in the night. I turn back and getting more distant, reaching to nothingness. Oh, I don't know how this ends. It's getting distant. This this distance crazy. You take me crazy. Ooh, getting more distant, reaching to nothingness. Ooh, yeah. See you in the night in the distance. Oh, I was so nervous. It was affecting my voice so much. It sounded like I was gonna cry. It's like, oh my god, I'm not gonna cry. Stop sounding like that. I'm just nervous, I promise. Alright. This one, I don't think anyone knows. Maybe some people know. A lot of VTubers covered it. But it's a good one. Thank you for the watch. Oh wait, I forgot to update the set list. Wait, before I even start singing, let's do that. Not me labeling it two twice. Thank you for the potchies. Hopefully my nervousness will abate. But okay, into it. I'm not a coward. We'll just go for it. But from the top. Of course. So we got your letter just in time for rockin' revolution. Sir Apple, let me alter your mind. Take a record down, a familiar sound. I believe I got a new solution. My radio waves teach you kind. Get in line, my voice. This is my world. I make the rules. I rock my way, no ship of fools. Hold on, I need to take a sip. No, this is ridiculous. I'm fighting through like Cottonmouth right now, and that's no way to do this. And then we're just gonna we'll just pick up where we left off. Cat, help me, yo. Regulus, alchemical genius. Call me what you like. Regulus, your record player's all you need. The ocean in your rock and roll dreams. My mind's serene when the guitar screams. I'm as steady as a solo drummer. I spin and make you lose control. And if you can't contain it when the record plays, you're just my kind of misfit. You're living just to let it go. Enjoy the show. The captions are like a second off. This is my world. I make the rules. I rock my way, no ship of fools. I am your captain, understand. You'll always be my number one man. When you're the captain of the sea, you live your, oh my god, reality. It's no schizophrenic dream. No 21st century fantasy. Regulus, alchemical genius. Call me what you like. Regulus, your record player's all you need. Regulus, alchemical genius. Call me what you like. Regulus, your record players all you. Record players all you. Record players all you need. My voice seems to be really steady when I go super down low. I don't have the wobbliness when I'm really down here. What's that about? Bow now, now. Bow now, now, bow now, now. Bow now, now, bow now. Record players all you need. Record players all you need. Oh. Record players all you need. The fucking screech. That was Regulus from verse 1999. Fortunately, it's a gotcha, guys. I hate to inform you, but it's so good. It's so fucking good. The story's so good. Trust me, it's so good. All right, are you guys ready for the final song? Are you ready to be free of my seagull screeching? The last one's a banger. Last one's a banger. If you haven't watched Link Click, you better do it because we're gonna sing the opening to season 1. Imagine this fucking Okay, I thought I didn't have audio for a second. Didn't take too long to realize something has changed in the back of my mind. Your eyes, there ain't nowhere left to hide behind. Time no longer flew like it was when the flash froze everything before. Without you, I don't know if I could take this road. Chase you to the end of the world, just to say your name once more. If I had only got it right before. Sorry, this song makes me cry. I don't know why I chose it. Every minute I'll dial back in time. Every single existence rewinds. Something secretive hidden inside your mind. Are the heartaches and smiles never faded? I know you by my side when we make it. Come back from the dive, back in time. I don't know why this song, because it unironically makes me cry. Dive, 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 dive back in time. Because I can't help but think of the anime when I'm singing it. And the anime makes me cry. In time. Here's to all the mistakes I never made, all the twists and turns I'm always late to my fate. If it ain't for your misguided taste, I turn out so ordinary, fabulously and additively bore out my own brain. Hey, out of my way. Every minute that I dial back in time, every single existence rewinds. Something secretive hidden inside your mind. Are the heartaches and smiles never faded? Are you by my side when we make it? Come back from the dive. Back in time. Dive, 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 dive back in time. Dive, 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 dive back in time. Dive, 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 dive back in time. Dive, 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 dive. Well, don't you feel sorry? I love where I'm going now, cause I'm about to lose my, cause I'm about to lose my, cause I'm about to lose my mind. Every minute I dial back in time, every single existence rewinds. Something secretive hidden inside your mind. Are the hearts and smiles never faded? Are you by my side when we make it? Come back from the dive, back in time. Sorry, I'm trying to stave off the tears so much because it's not that serious, but oh, this anime is so good. Die back in time. It's so good. Die back in time. It's one of the few that make me like cry every time. It's like there are animes that make you cry, but then like once you cry once and watch it again, it'll maybe get like one or two cries out of you again, because then you know you've adapted. But God, it's so good. But yes, that was. And I'm back in time. By what's the name? Jaws. Well, it's specifically this. I have to copy and paste it because it's not just simply Jaws. It's like, will it not paste? Okay. Oh, that's fine. I'll just put Jaws then. Yes. Yippee! Thank you everyone for showing up to my debut. It was longer than I expected, but also it was fun. I was nervous as fuck, especially during the singing part. But I mean, you guys got what you were promised. You got tone deaf seagull screeching. And what more could you ask for? Alright, I'm gonna see if I could find someone to raid, because that would be fun. Specifically, someone that hopefully isn't ending soon. That'd be sad. Imagine I raid and they're like, oh, I'm ending. I'd be like, oh man, I'm one of those people. Well, there's nothing wrong with those people, actually. I just think it's funny because it's just a continuous train, but I'm the conductor. is I'll rate Aqua actually. I don't think I've rated them before, but I really love Aqua and their content, and it seems like they're doing a collab, which is super fun. So, yes, thank you everyone. Thank you for showing up to my silly little PNG Tuber Plus debut. It's my point 0.5 debut because, well, there's a lot of lack of lore, but it's also it's also still a debut. It's still like a checkpoint, you know. So keep an eye out for one day when I get my full point 0.10 debut with a whole ass live 2D. But for now, we got something just as sexy. Got something just as sexy, and I'm so excited moving forward. We're all gonna fucking make it too. Okay, well, let's just raid now. I don't think I have anything else. Thank you for the raid message denied. Copy and paste. Yeah, the raid email is followers for followers, so you don't need to subscribe to use